let y'all in on a little secret. Most people building experiences for VR and AR either come from tech, films, or games. They're bringing with them the assumptions and limitations of their old mediums.
You don't have to explain it to me. I invented it, remember?
VR is about as far from film as film is from what came before it, theater. Today we'll be talking about how you can use observations about the real world to escape the limitations of those old mediums. I'm Crystal Beasley, and you're watching Embodied Reality. I know it's terrifying. The real world is the best place to inspire our virtual ones. That can't be right, right?
We are techies who never take our goggles off.
Whoa, slow down there, Snow Crash. When you're in a particularly compelling real-world environment or interaction, start dissecting what makes it so. Notice the details of what makes it wonderful and make a list of each element. These details provide inspiration for what you might build. Let's look at two real-world experiences that have already been translated to successful VR experiences. Laying a brush loaded full of bright paint to a canvas feels amazing, even if you're shit at painting.
If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your little paint brushes and some paints and paint along with us each show. Or just drag up the old easy chair and enjoy a relaxing half hour as we play some of nature's masterpieces on canvas.
People who are never a day in their life gonna pick up a brush nonetheless commune with Bob's happy little trees.
Load a lot of the pure dark color on it.
Paint's just fun.
Let's go right up here. Maybe there lives a happy little evergreen tree right there. We just use the corner of the brush. Just go back and forth. See there?
And it should come as no surprise that Tilt Brush is such a hit. Peering out at a beautiful view is so pleasant. The houses that have an Insta-worthy vista actually cost more. They don't call it $1 million view for nothing.
George Bernard Shaw said, "It was the place God would have built if he had the money."
It's no wonder Google Earth created such a stir. Who could have known flying through gorgeous places would be fun? The first example, painting, is an action. The second, a beautiful view, is an environment. Make a list of those environments and actions that you come across in the real world that are inherently gratifying. Then look for the visual, auditory, and haptic details that make it so and challenge yourself to recreate them in VR.
So, and with this eggs, the best before date is fine. I will eat them all.
What is it about the action of opening and closing the orange capsule in a Kinder Egg that makes it so satisfying? How might you do that in VR? The touch sensations we get from manipulating the egg with our fingers are obviously a big component. The texture of the surface and the oh so satisfying feel of it snapping into place are so fun. I can just sit and do that forever. Little side note, Kinder Eggs are illegal in the US because they're so fun. No, that's not right. They're illegal because stupid. I highly recommend making a border run or getting a buddy to smuggle some in like I did. Thanks, Ben! Anyway, back to what we were talking about. We see this satisfying snap used in lots of other products you love too. Industrial designers get paid the big bucks to engineer the feel of your MacBook closing. Yes, it is really somebody's job to design that snap.
The new MacBook is the result of a collective obsession.
His name is Johnny, and he makes more money than you or me. Remember those Motorola Razr phones? They were so great. Don't even get me started about y'all's goddamn clicky keyboard. Stop it. For real though, I get why you love them. All that detail about touch is well and good, you say, but we don't have immersion suits. The Oasis isn't real yet. Why y'all so negative? Haptics are rapidly advancing and will make this possible soon. In the meantime, it's great news for us that there's more than touch going on here. The satisfying snap of all those examples also is detected by our auditory sense. The Kinder Egg has a hollow thump. The MacBook and the Moto Razr a fine little delicate click. The sound it makes tells us a ton about an object's construction and material. It also signals to the player that they performed the action, which increases their confidence in interacting with the virtual environment. Careful sound design will add enormous richness to your experience and increase the sense of presence. Great, I can pick up a cup.
I'm going to take blue. I'm the world's most average worker, so I need to put this here.
But it feels a lot more real if sitting it down on the desk produces a nice thunk.
Average worker, so I need to put this here.
We're going to have to do a whole episode on that. There's just so much good stuff to say about sound design for VR. Till then, your homework is to listen closely in the real world and note those small details. Just as instructive sometimes is to find an action or environment that's particularly annoying, because reversing the details of what makes them annoying often provides clues for what you should do to make them pleasant. Say you're in a room with a crappy buzzing fluorescent light. That would point out the need for your experiences to use warm, pleasing light. Maybe you're intending to irritate your users. If that's your goal, you exaggerate the annoying characteristics by making that fluorescent light extra blue and buzzy.
Anticipated! Oh, it's the newest craze in accounting. VR accounting is the new thing. It's the newest craze in accounting!
I absolutely love accounting. They make such fun out of recreating real-world annoying experiences.
All right, pop open the cartridge slot there on the desk. It's on the desk! Pop it open, push down on it, and it will pop open. It will pop open! Pop open the cartridge slot. It'll pop out! There might be some things on the table, but you can move it all off. You can figure that fucking out shit.
Who would have thought you could make such a delightful time out of going to a court hearing or looking for a missing cassette in a crappy old office? There's so much to be learned both from the good and the bad experiences happening to you every day in real reality.
We're mad about this. We're mad about you.
Which real-world experiences do you love? What makes them tick? Think about how you might recreate those little audio and visual details that make it so wonderful. As always, leave me comments below or hit me up on Twitter at CrystalDBeasley and let me know what you're building. Check out the show notes for resources and related episodes. See you next time. I'm Crystal Beasley.
Your precious Crystal.
And this has been Embodied Reality.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age.
I don't know who you are, but I'm so miserable and lonely by myself, I'd like you to stay forever.
Oh, God.